All right, folks, so recently we were told that the conch has been hit with a one-year ban. Well, it starts tomorrow, but now we're learning the fishing sales and export in this lucrative market will be extended way beyond the one-year mark. Wow. Director of Fisheries in the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, Andre Conch, and Chairman of the All Island Fisher Folk Association, Mr. Sidney Francis. They're with us now. Good morning to you.
Morning to you, both.
First, where is this conch? Where in Jamaica you find conch in the first place?
It's in the sea.
Anywhere?
Anyway, it's all over in the sea. But the majority of it, and based on our studies, the largest population, empirically proven in the world, is on Pedro Bank.
In the world?
Yes.
But no.
One of the largest.
But
yes.
no, we don't have.
No, we do have them there. I need to clarify many things. You know. I need to clarify. But you want me to clarify it now?
Please.
Yes.
Well, first of all, let me just clarify one thing. Huh? Unfortunately, in the press, the press, some of the reports suggest that I said that the licensed industrial fishers were responsible for the overfish. That is not so. The industrial fishers, like Mr. Francis and his colleagues, have invested and sacrificed an awful lot to make this fishery be one of the best managed in the world. Huh? So let me just make that clear.
So what is the issue? The
problem is illegal fishing from foreigners and from some of our Jamaican people that started to fish the conch illegally in a much more profound way over the past 2 or 3 years.
What do you mean by illegal fishing?
They have no license to fish at all.
So I can't just go somewhere?
No, you can't. You can't, because this thing is properly managed, and what we do is to set a quota to determine what can be sustainably taken from the population.
Sorry to jump in, but sometimes I pass like Palisadoes, I see people fishing. That is illegal. I can't just go there. No. Well,
you can't catch conch like that. You have to dive under the water and pick it up.
I know, but...
No, it's not. You can fish from the shore with a line.
So we're talking about specific...
We're talking about specific type of fishing activities.
Ma Sidney?
Yes.
I'm told that we have the nicest conch in the world. That the demand for Jamaican conch is high.
Yeah.
Because why? What's so special about our conch?
Well, first of all, that we have the best managed system in the world.
What that means, sir?
The great United States had conch at one time. But because it was managed properly, they have lost it completely. Now, Mr. Conch and his group and his team at Fisheries have done a tremendous job with our help, because you have to do what is known as a survey. You survey the ocean. And we started in 1994, and we have gone 7 different surveys every 3 years. It so happened now that the last survey they did, which was 3 years ago, they found conch. They did another survey, which is just in November last year, and they found a serious decline in it. Now, CITES is our scientific boss, I should say. And NEPA is their agent in Jamaica. We did not wait for them to close us down.
You pull back?
We look on it and say, give it a break and let us
Sorry to jump in again. Mr. Conch, where are we coming from and to where we are now? You can give me numbers?
Well, I can tell you that the population was healthy. It was being sustainably fished. And let me clarify something. The fishery has not collapsed, you know. We could have issued a quota this year, you know. But what we found was, after we do all our scientific things, we found that we could only issue about 25 metric tons. And we normally issue about 450 metric tons.
Forgive my ignorance, but I'm still trying to figure out, because you are almost suggesting that it's not as bad as what people say. But I was reading this. There are some areas where there were moderate stocks of conch in 2015.
Yes.
During the 2018 survey, they don't even find one so-so conch in some of those areas. Not even one.
Yes.
No conch at all were seen for 300, 400 meters, with 3 or 4 of them diving together.
So that is the thing now. What we have is a localized situation. On the entire bank itself, we have a certain level of population. What we do, we look at the entire bank, you know, but we survey about over 80 sites. And what we found when we went back is that in some of these areas, we didn't see any conch at all, which is uncharacteristic of Pedro Bank. The levels that we are seeing is uncharacteristic. We are saying that there is still conch on the bank, but we cannot fish it in the way we used to fish it. We used to set about 450 metric tons after, and that's a very, let me tell you something, every year, you know, we issue quota to illegal fishers, you know. When we
issue quota to illegal.
Illegal fishers, let me explain that to you. It's a buffer. What we do when we do the scientific work, and we find out how much we can take out that won't affect the population. That is it. We look at the entire population, and we determine how much we can fish, and it won't affect the population to replenish itself. Right. So that's how we do, right? So you can do this sustainably. So if you take out that amount, you will continue to be able to take out that amount, right? But every time we do that and we figure out how much we can take out, we give allowances for illegal fishing. We know that the foreigners come, and this is something that really have sleepless nights. The foreigners come on Pedro Bank, and it's very difficult to police them.
What do you mean them does come? So them does turn up?
Pedro Bank is, remember, you know, our maritime space is 25 times the size of Jamaica, the main island, you know. Yeah. Pedro Bank is 8,040 square kilometers, you know. It's a huge thing. And it's very difficult. But I can tell you about things that we want to do to do this. So the point I'm making is that what we have seen is that when we take out all of what we do, all of the safeguards and the buffer, because you know, you do your survey, it's not an exact science, you know. So we say, okay, you can take out, based on the science, you can take out 800 metric tons. But we have to make sure that we are very, very conservative. So we say, okay, we can't control the poaching that much, so let us take out that 300 metric tons just as a buffer. And then you bring it down some more, and then we bring down our local quota to about 450
Before we run out of time, I wanted to say it's a multi-million-dollar industry.
Yes, it is.
So when the ban hits, it's going to hit some pockets. And I think that's part of the complaints we're hearing now, that people would have had even loans that they have to repay, and there's not going to be no conch. What is fisheries saying to those persons?
What we are saying is that we understand this, and it's a bitter pill to swallow. But if we do not do this, the conch is going to disappear forever, like what happened in Florida. As Mr. Francis has said, the greater United States cannot bring back the population because the population was so overfished and depleted that it has not come back at all. We are saying that we have a chance to bring it back. Everybody has to cooperate.
But sir, if you kind of said, or maybe you said you can't police it, so
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
you said
it's
difficult, right?
Difficult
so then how are you going to ensure that?
Well, okay, let me quickly tell you. The Honorable Minister, Ardeshaw, has been in discussion with the Honorable Prime Minister and, of course, his colleague minister in the Minister of National Security to assist us to beef up the policing. We have been having discussions with a company that can provide satellite imagery of the Pedro Bank, which is the most profound thing that we can do at this juncture. No, not a drone. I mean, actual satellite to show.
Can use drone too?
Yeah, but remember, drone has its limitations. Okay, because it's one little thing flying in the sky is trying to figure out what's happening. But we're going to use everything at our disposal. So one of the things that we're looking at, which is another tool in the arsenal to try and get the poachers, is this satellite imagery. It's a lot of money, but we are looking at it to see what can work.
One of them, where do you do them?
We'll bring them in and charge them. The last time we caught a poacher in our waters, they were fined about $27 million.
Ma Sydney?
Yes.
How are the fisher folk responding to this?
They're really hurt, you know, because they're going to tell you what is happening to us. We have been asking the government, we have been telling the government over and over about the poachers that we are seeing out there. But we're not getting the type of response.
From the government?
Yes.
Okay.
Which has caused us to really be hurt now, you know? Because we told them, as Mr. Conch will tell you, that in meetings we bring it up, find out what can we do. What can we do to safeguard the south coast of Jamaica?
Right. We have to go, sir. With an extension to Delia's question, if they can't fish there, is there any other area that they can earn some money?
Well, what we are going to really do now is to sit with the Fisheries Division and work out even with the lobster, you know, because the lobster is there, and we are going to try and see how we can kind of intermix with the local fishermen people, the artisanal people, along with the industrial people, and see how we can come up with something to keep them going until the conch is.
I just want to quickly say that what has led to the problems with the conch is widespread in the entire industry. The lobster, the sea cucumber, the finfish. So it's not just the foreign poachers that are coming. We have illegal Jamaican fishers, and we have people eating conch during the close season when they're not supposed to be there. So we are asking for cooperation from the entire Jamaica.
We have to go. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Director of Fisheries in the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, Andre Conch, and Chairman of the All Island Fisherfolk Association, Mr. Sidney Francis.
Stay with us for a new read off the shelf. That's up next.